Okay, we're now on the invoice part of the assignment, Unit 6, and as you can see, I'm just on page 17 of where it's describing what sort of things need to be in an invoice, and I'm assuming that you all know that an invoice is basically a bill that you send which outlines the items that have been bought and how much they cost and the VAT and the date you bought them, etc. So it's more detailed than a receipt. Actually, it's a kind of a legally binding document for tax purposes. So so what they've said here on page 17, you can read this in a bit more detail. They've said they want an easy way of creating invoices for customers, and the invoices need to show these sorts of things. Now, this needs to be talked about or sorted out in our design. So obviously the first thing we need to do is make sure that we actually write this up in the design. So the way I'm going to do the design is, if you look at your spreadsheet, the one that you started with, there are two blank sheets. One is blank L, which is blank landscape, and one is blank P for blank portrait, because invoices tend to be portrait documents. And so this will print out. So if I just show you file print preview, this will actually print out for you a landscape sheet with the rows and column headings on there. So that's what this is going to look like. So we're going to start putting some of the items that they've asked for on here. So let's just remind ourselves an easy way of putting these things in. So obviously the first thing they've asked for is the date. So let me have a look here. So maybe sort of around here, E3, that might be a good place to have the date, or maybe I could write the word date here, and this is going to be an automatic formula for the date to come in. So let's just say automatically inserted. Obviously you can write that in a lot more well, a lot nicer way than I can. So that's that bit done. And then they want a space to enter the customer's name and address. So, that's going to be really tough for us. So let's have a look. So we need the customer's name and address. So maybe what we should have is something down here which just says name, and then the name. What we could say is something like merged across two columns. Basically it's going to go across. That's where the name is, and then maybe address, we could have, that's address line 1, and this could be line 2, to say, so that could be 3 High Street, this could just say Hampton, and maybe one more in case we need it, and then this bit just has the postcode in it. So let's just put that postcode, very important actually in most of these things. So address, and we can say that these are going to be merged across 2 columns. Okay, so that's that bit done. Let's have a look at what else we have to put on there. So we need the stock code, range, description, price, number required, VAT. So these have got to be in separate columns. So and then we're going to have the items listed going downwards. So stock code, range, description and price. So let's just put those in. What we'll do is we'll leave a bit of space between the address and things like that. So stock code goes here, etc. So I'll just write those in so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so here I've got stock code, range, description. I couldn't fit it in, so I've just written desk, price, number required, VAT and subtotal. So that's just over from those particular lines. And then obviously what we're going to do is we're going to leave somewhere I've read that you need to leave a space for 10 items, so we'll leave a space for 10 items. So what we'll do is we'll work on our design as we're doing the spreadsheet. So in the next video I'll show you how to set up what we've got so far.